All right. All right. So another video. This is starting with paddock C. This is C as in Charlie. And there we go. Now, the last time we took video on this in October, we could not see anything because of all of the Lonicera. So you can now look at the ground, see it's covered with leaves, but it is a lot more clear. We've cut down a lot of stuff. Looking north, now the last time you could just barely see that flag on that post. Actually, it may not have been on the post, but it was, you could barely see the post through all the Lonicera. If you look straight up, you'll see that there is a telephone pole, and right at the base of that telephone pole is a little flag that represents the property line, the northwest corner of the yard. The last video that I made showing C, I made a lot of mistakes, I believe, describing what was east and west. So I'm going to try to clarify things here. All right, so now we are looking north. This is at eye level. And as we pan, see the back of the house, see the large tree here, ash tree, which has fallen. We can now see the in the distance there, the shed, the old shed, which we're going to bring down eventually. All right, looking again, more trees, scrubby stuff that will all be cleared out. And now we're looking southeast and more south. Now, as of right now, you're looking straight down the property line. You can see all of those different posts with the red or pink flags on them. So that's looking straight down the property line. The last time you could not see that next post because of all the Lonicera that were in here. It's just packed full of them, with all their leaves and everything. Now, of course, they've lost their leaves, so it is easier to see, but with them gone, it makes things a whole lot easier. Now you're looking at a lot of the Lonicera that were cut out and just dumped over here. Eventually those will have to be moved out of the way, but for right now they're just going to stay where they are. Okay, now we're looking northwest and back to the north for the most part. All right, now we're going to take a look at the canopy. Canopy probably has not changed a whole lot. We have cleared out a couple of small trees, so there might be a little bit of difference, but really not a whole lot at this point. So the next phase will be to come and start clearing out from this side, the west side of the pasture, and start moving across to the other side. So we are back to facing north, and this is where we are in paddock C. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, when we set these flags initially, that's where we intended the northwest corner of the paddock to be. But after doing some additional calculations and looking at the satellite pictures and everything, I figured that we were approximately 6 feet off, and the actual corner of the paddock should be here. So it's marked just by a single pink flag. So you can see that there. We'll do some additional measurements to confirm this, but as best I can tell, this single pink flag is actually the center of the paddock. But we're going to continue to use the C marker because that's where we started. This flag that I put there was just set in that bush, an elevated flag to make it easier to see from a distance. So, all right, that's all I have for sector C.